Camera movements are essential to storytelling, shaping emotions, and enhancing the viewer's experience. They work alongside visual effects to create tension, excitement, or awe, making scenes more immersive and dynamic. Minimax is highly effective at following camera directives, and with its new director model, adding cinematic motion to your videos has never been easier. In addition, the introduction of effects in the image to video and subject reference features allows you to enhance your videos even further with elements like explosions, floating, or action-packed sequences, bringing your stories to life in even more compelling ways. The new director model is available exclusively in the text-to-video tool. To get started, ensure the director model is selected, then click on the camera icon. You'll find a variety of camera movements to choose from. The presets under the Cinematic Shots tab combine multiple movements for dynamic effects. For example, the left circling preset is a combination of truck left, pan, and tracking shot. If you prefer a custom approach, you can create your own movement combinations under the Free Selection tab. You can select up to 3 movements per combo from the available options. To add a camera movement, place your cursor in the prompt box where you want it inserted, then click on the desired settings. You can add multiple movement combos to your prompt. To remove a setting, simply click on it again or delete it from the prompt box. Let's start with the basics, a static shot. In this technique, the camera remains completely still, focusing entirely on the subject without movement. This creates a sense of stability, allowing the viewer to absorb details without distraction. In the video of a monk meditating in a peaceful garden, the static shot enhances the tranquility of the scene, emphasizing stillness and mindfulness. The lack of camera movement reinforces the monk's deep concentration, making the moment feel calm and meditative. A zoom-in effect enhances focus and intensifies emotions, drawing the viewer's attention to a subject. It can build suspense, create intimacy by connecting the audience to a character's emotions, or highlight key details for dramatic impact. A slow zoom gradually builds anticipation, while a fast zoom heightens shock or sudden realization. However, in this video, the zoom-in is disrupted by an unexpected scene switch, making the transition feel abrupt. A zoom-out effect expands the viewer's perspective, creating a sense of distance, scale, or detachment. It can reveal the full scope of a scene, emphasize isolation or insignificance, or shift from an intimate moment to a broader context. A slow zoom-out builds a reflective or melancholic tone, while a fast zoom-out can create surprise or disorientation. In this video, the camera starts with a small campfire flickering in the vast desert darkness, then zooms out to reveal endless dunes stretching to the horizon, reinforcing the campfire's solitude and the overwhelming vastness of the landscape. A push-in moves the camera physically closer to the subject, creating a sense of immersion and intimacy. It draws the viewer into the scene, heightening tension, focus, or emotional connection. Compared to a zoom-in, which simply magnifies the image, a push-in feels more natural and cinematic as it mimics how we physically move towards something of interest. A zoom-in can sometimes feel artificial or mechanical, whereas a push-in adds depth and presence to the shot. A pull-out moves the camera physically away from the subject, creating a sense of distance or detachment. It can evoke feelings of isolation, closure, or revelation, as if pulling back to reveal a larger context, compared to a zoom-out, which simply adjusts the lens to make the subject smaller. A pull-out feels more dynamic and immersive, as if the viewer is physically retreating from the scene rather than just changing perspective. A tilt-up effect shifts the camera angle upward, evoking awe, power, or discovery. It can make a subject appear larger and more imposing, or emphasize grandeur and mystery. In storytelling, a tilt-up reveals previously unseen elements, building suspense or altering the viewer's perspective. In this video, a priest steps into a grand cathedral, and as the camera tilts up, the towering stained glass windows and high vaulted ceilings come into view. This movement enhances the cathedral's immense scale and sacred atmosphere, reinforcing the feeling of reverence and wonder. A tilt-down effect shifts the camera angle downward, often evoking a sense of vulnerability, focus, or revelation. It can make a subject appear smaller or emphasize details below, guiding the viewer's attention to something previously unseen. This technique is commonly used to create tension, transition to lower levels, or unveil hidden elements. In this video, the camera starts with a sweeping cliffside view of the vast ocean before tilting down to reveal waves crashing against jagged rocks below. This movement enhances the dramatic contrast between the serene horizon and the chaotic waters beneath, reinforcing a sense of danger and scale. A pedestal up moves the entire camera vertically, expanding the scene and creating a sense of empowerment or growth, while a pedestal down lowers the camera to reveal new details, emphasizing vulnerability or exploration. Unlike tilts, which only change the camera's angle, pedestal movements physically reposition the camera, offering a more dynamic and immersive shift in perspective. These movements are ideal for dramatic reveals, altering perception and adding depth to a scene. A pan left moves the camera horizontally to the left, often used to reveal new information, follow a subject, or shift focus within a scene. Depending on the context, it can create a sense of exploration, anticipation, or even unease. A slow pan left feels smooth and natural, while a faster pan adds energy or urgency. In contrast, a pan right often feels more intuitive as it aligns with the typical reading direction in many cultures. It can symbolize progress, forward movement, or a shift in focus, seamlessly guiding the viewer toward new elements in the scene. A truck shot involves moving the entire camera horizontally left or right. This type of shot can create a sense of exploration or emphasize the environment around a subject. In contrast, a pan shot is a horizontal rotation of the camera on its axis without moving the camera itself. A tracking shot moves the camera with a subject, immersing the viewer in the action and enhancing the sense of movement. In this video, as a rogue spy dashes through a bustling marketplace, the camera follows closely, weaving through the crowd just as he does. This dynamic motion builds urgency and excitement, making the audience feel as if they are part of the chase. Tracking shots are especially effective for heightening tension, maintaining engagement, and creating a seamless flow through fast-paced environments. A shake effect introduces erratic or rapid camera movement, typically to convey instability, chaos, or heightened tension. This type of movement can evoke urgency, discomfort, or confusion, depending on the scene's context. It's commonly used in action sequences, intense moments, or to reflect a character's emotional state, like fear or panic. However, in these videos, I don't really notice much of the shaking effect being applied. A circling shot combines horizontal camera movement, truck, panning, and tracking to create a circular motion around the subject. Both left and right circling shots offer dynamic 360-degree perspectives, adding energy and depth to a scene. They are often used to emphasize the subject, create a sense of exploration, or heighten tension, pulling the viewer into the action from various angles. Left and right walking shots involve a combination of horizontal camera movement, truck, and tracking to follow the subject's movement. These shots are often used to follow a character or object moving in one direction, creating a sense of fluidity and immersion as the camera moves with the subject. Upward tilt is a combination of a push in and pedestal up. This movement involves both moving the camera closer to the subject, push in, and raising it vertically, pedestal up. This creates a feeling of elevation or a view from below, often used to emphasize scale or power. Downward tilt is a combination of pedestal down and tilt up. The camera moves downward and then tilts up, which can give the effect of looking down at something before transitioning to a more upward perspective. This can convey a sense of looking down or descending into a scene. Stage left and stage right both use a combination of panning and zooming to shift focus. A scenic shot combines a truck left and pedestal up, moving the camera horizontally left while simultaneously elevating it. This combination allows the viewer to explore a scene from a higher perspective, revealing more of the environment. It can create a sense of grandeur or discovery, emphasizing the surrounding space and offering a broader view of the landscape or setting. You can also create your own combinations of camera movements to occur at different points in the scene. For example, this prompt uses a tracking shot to follow the samurai's slow, deliberate movements, building tension and emphasizing their positioning. Then a pedestal up reveals the vast landscape and golden sunrise behind them. However, the scene abruptly shifts to the sunrise, likely due to the structure and wording of the prompt, which directed the reveal as if the sunrise wasn't there before. This clip features a push-in that intensifies the suspense as the camera moves toward the shadowy figure at the end of the hallway, drawing the viewer closer to the action. The tilt-up then shifts the focus to a massive, grotesque portrait, revealing its eerie eyes that seem to follow the viewer, amplifying the unsettling atmosphere of the scene. This prompt starts with a zoom out, emphasizing the massive scale of the UFO as it descends over the town, creating a sense of awe. The truck right, pan left tracking shot then captures the UFO's movement across the town, providing a dynamic view of the surreal event from multiple perspectives, enhancing the dramatic effect of the scene. In this clip, the camera first pedestals down, lowering to capture the diver hovering above the trench, giving a sense of descending into the depths. As the diver tilts forward, a tilt down reveals the vast, dark void below, enhancing the feeling of isolation and danger. The push-in then follows the diver as they plunge into the unknown, immersing the viewer in the deep-sea exploration. This video begins with a pan right, zoom in, establishing a tense standoff between two cyber-enhanced assassins. Next, one of the assassins was supposed to charge forward as the camera pans left, but instead, he simply moves forward. Finally, the zoom-in unexpectedly reveals a new assassin holding a blade to the camera instead of one of the original two. In this video, the truck left. Tracking shot captures the rogue archaeologist's frantic sprint through the ancient ruins, adding a sense of urgency as she grips the stolen artifact. The push-in heightens the tension when she turns a corner, bringing the viewer closer to her as the danger escalates. The shake effect intensifies the feeling of chaos as the ground trembles and walls begin to collapse. And just when things couldn't get worse, part of the building falls on the archaeologist. Now let's explore Minimax's new effects. Under the Image to Video tab, a new magic wand icon gives you access to effects with 10 options to choose from. Getting started is simple, just upload an image and select an effect. The prompt box automatically fills in with the corresponding text. Here's the Kung Fu effect. It looks like speed Kung Fu, and there's a lot of morphing. The gunfire effect has the characters pulling out AK-47s and shooting at each other, but no one dies or gets injured. This Minions effect is cute, causing all kinds of ruckus. I love how Buzz just pops up and walks right through the bar. The Frozen Olaf effect fits this image perfectly. This one is really cute. I changed the prompt from people playing instruments to dogs playing instruments. However, the dog on the left transformed into a completely different dog, and a dog suddenly appeared out of nowhere. The Flaming Skull effect gives off strong Ghost Rider vibes. In this one, the pet was supposed to put on an apron and start cleaning, but instead, the boy does. Maybe the boy is the pet. The floating effect is fun, and I like how the baby kicks his legs while in the air. The explosion effect looks great, but I think there should be more shaking for added impact. You can also apply effects to a consistent character using the subject reference feature. For example, I took this image of a retro woman and applied an office fire effect. I love how she stays completely unbothered, smiling and working as flames rage around her. Total dedication. Here's a man on an undercover operation, and judging by his reaction, he must have just accomplished his mission. The Godfather effect is well done. My eyes are drawn to the large rose on her outfit, and she looks just like the reference image. The wolf summoning effect works well, though I don't think she matches the reference image exactly, maybe due to the lighting. This one is cool, though her hand looks a little odd. The prompt references Game of Thrones, but she actually resembles a character from House of the Dragon. I transformed this man into a steampunk artist, and I'm impressed. Not just with the aesthetics, but with how consistent his face remains with the reference image. Remember this lady from a previous video? Now she's at a noble banquet. I'm not sure why she raises her arms at the beginning, but the video still looks great. The final subject reference effect is a cowboy in the snow. I didn't change the prompt to indicate the subject is a woman, yet it still worked. So, what do you think of these new updates? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you for watching.